Hi, everybody. Thank you all for taking time out to hear Divrei Torah, words of Torah. We're going to be discussing this week's Parsha, Parshas Bo. The name of the Parsha often gives us a very powerful and insightful message. Parshas Bo. Hashem is telling Moshe, Bo, go El Paro, go to Paro and plead and beg on behalf of the Jewish people, on behalf of Bnei Yisrael. It's time to let my people go. Time to let Bnei Yisrael leave the slavery and oppression of Egypt, of Mitzrayim, and be free and liberated. It's interesting that the word bo is translated to mean come. Usually, bo is come, while the word lech is go. Right? As in the Parsha Lech Lecha, when Hashem tells Abraham, Lech Lecha, go for yourself, go on your journey of self-discovery. So why not over here does Hashem say to Moshe, Lech el Paro, go to Paro. Why does Hashem say, Bo, come to Paro? If I would ask someone to do me a favor and go to a grocery, I wouldn't say, come to the grocery. I would say, go to the grocery. Please do me a favor. Can you go to the grocery? Yet here, Hashem says to Moshe, Bo, come to Paro. And this is a message to Moshe and a message for all of us, a message for generations. Try to imagine how Moshe felt, his fears, his worries, just in going in front of Paro. For so many of the plagues, after each one, he went to Paro. He begged for Bnei Yisrael's freedom, and yet then Paro would change his mind. Moshe said to Hashem, Mi anochi, who am I to stand before Paro? It was Moshe who said to Hashem, Ani aras fasayim. I have a speech impediment. I stutter. I'm not an orator. Who am I to stand before Paro? He had so many fears and concerns. Would Paro send him out? Would Paro listen to him? But Hashem says to Moshe, I know all your worries. I know your most innermost thoughts. I know your concerns and your fears. I know what's inside your heart and your neshama. I am telling you, Bo El Paro, come. I will come with you. Come with me. Every step you take, I'll walk with you. Every word you say, I'll say together with you. You're not alone, and you will never be alone. And this is a message to all of us. We are never alone. Hashem is always with us. Hashem is walking together with us on all our life journeys. We all have paros in our lives, life challenges, days when we feel like staying under the covers, days when we say, I can't do it anymore, I can't take anymore, I can't handle it anymore. No one is immune from life's trials and tribulations. But Hashem says, Bo, come, I will be with you. We all have problems, be it health issues, financial problems, difficulties at the workplace, relationship issues. Bo, Hashem is with us on all our life journeys. Life is full of stress, and at times we feel that we have no one to turn to. We find ourselves in difficult circumstances, but know that we're never alone. We see the concept of Bo, of Hashem being with us throughout the Chumash. Just think of Yosef, how abandoned he must have felt. that the brothers threw him into a pit and then sold him, took him out of the pit and sold him to a caravan of traders. When Yosef was with that caravan, he smelled sweet incense. And all of a sudden, he had a feeling, Hashem is with me. I'm not alone. The very fact that they were carrying that sweet smelling spices was a message to him. He said, I know Hashem is with me on this journey. David HaMelech, King David, he went through so much pain and aggravation during his lifetime, so much difficulty. When Shmuel, the prophet Samuel, came to tell his father that his son is going to be a future king of Bnei Israel, of the Jewish nation, he couldn't believe that it was David. He was so sure, his own father, that it must be another brother. Later on, he had to live life on the run from Shaul HaMelech, from King Saul. And later on, his own son, Absalom, revolts against him and wants to take over the monarchy. Yet, through all these problems, David always felt Hashem's presence. It was that feeling that enabled him to write the book of Tehillim, the book of Psalms. It was that feeling that Hashem is by him, at his side at all times, that enabled him to write in Tehillim, Hanoteh Azan, he who gives an ear, Halo Yishma, he shouldn't hear. Of course Hashem hears our cries. Of course Hashem hears our tefillos, our prayers. David continues writing and says, he who gave us eyes, he should not see. Of course Hashem sees our pain. Of course Hashem sees our problems. And Hashem is there with us. No, through all out our life journeys, it's Bo, come with me. Hashem is saying, I am with you. I have your back. David HaMelech continues in Tehillim, and he writes elsewhere, Esa Einai El Haharim. I look up towards the mountains. Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. From where will my help come? Ezri, my help will come from Hashem. So strong was his belief. Let's think of Esther Hamalka, Queen Esther. How did she stand before Achashverosh, a young Jewish girl who grew up in the house of Mordechai, all of a sudden is thrust into the palace of Achashverosh, and she has to go plead on behalf of her people for their lives? Imagine how frightened she must have been to approach King Achashverosh. How did she do it? She knew the message of Bo, that Hashem is walking with her, that as she's approaching Achashverosh, she's not alone, but Hashem's presence was right beside her. It says in Tehillim, Lahagid baboker chastecha, Boker, the morning, when everything's wonderful and good and shiny and bright in our lives. Then it's time, and it's easy even to say, thank you, Hashem, for all the chesed, all the kindness that you have shown me. But what about the dark times? The emunascha baleilos, leilos, nighttime, darkness, confusion, difficulty. During those times, we need emunah, and that means to feel Hashem's presence and allow the message of Bo to become one with us, to say, yes, I believe that Hashem is coming with me wherever life takes me. My friend shared with me an only in Israel story. She went into a taxi cab, a monit, and the driver turns around and he says to her, do you want to hear Dvar Torah from my Chacham? So she said, of course. So this would only happen in Israel. Try to get a Dvar Torah out of a New York City cab driver. So he proceeds and tells her that the Hebrew word for worry is da'aga. Dalet, Aleph, Gimel, Hey, to worry. It's the first four letters out of the first 5 of the Aleph base. One letter is missing. There's an Aleph, there's a Gimel, there's a Dalet, and a Hey, but one letter is off. The base. Base stands for bitachon, for faith, for trust, for belief. To have bitachon that Hashem is with us. And if you have that bitachon and you believe Hashem is with you wherever life takes you, the da'aga, the worries will disappear. The worries will calm and go away. The Breslauer Rebbe used to say, go speak to Hashem, cry out to Hashem like a child would speak to a father, and ask for whatever you need. Nothing is too small and nothing is too big. Daven, wish for a miracle. We could all use on different levels, nisim, miracles in our lives. Talk to Hashem in whatever language you speak, like a child who speaks to a father, and ask for that miracle. Wish for that miracle. Know that Hashem is with you and Hashem is listening. Hashem is there to say, Bo, come with me. We're on the journey together. My mother, the Rebbetzin, was a big believer in speaking, talking to Hashem. And before every lecture, she would make her own personal silent tefillah, her own personal prayer. And she would say, Hashem, sifasai tiftach. Hashem, please open my lips. Put the right words into my mouth. Words that would able to reach the heart and the soul, the neshamas of others. Ufi yagi tehilasecha, and my mouth should say words of your praise. This is this pasuk, this passage we say every day before the Amidah, before the Shemona Esrei. Hashem, put the right words into my mouth. Help me say the right words. Help me make the right prayer before every speech, before every lecture. That was her personal prayer. Hashem sifasai tiftach. We all have our Bo moments, I say, in life. Moments where we feel we need Hashem to be with us, that we need Hashem's presence. And then moments when we feel Hashem is with us, that Hashem is saying, come with me, I'm with you. I personally am going to share with you my Bo moment in life. Several years ago, I needed a very difficult eye surgery. And of course, I was concerned, I was worried. And as we all know, there are no guarantees in life. And I didn't know what the outcome would be. And now, as I was being wheeled into the OR, all of a sudden, the words of the bedtime Shema came to me. And I just kept on repeating it over and over again. Miyamin b'shem Hashem, in the name of Hashem, Elokei Yisrael, the God of Israel. Miyamini Michael, on the right hand, on my right, is the angel Michael. Umismoli Gabriel, on the left is the angel Gabriel. Milefanai Uriel, the Malach, the angel Uriel is in front of me. Umeacharai Raphael, behind me is the Malach, the angel Raphael, Vial Roshi, and above my head, Shechinat Kel, is the spirit of Hashem. Just envisioning that at that time, I was surrounded by Hashem's angels, and that Hashem was watching me from above, gave me strength. It calmed my anxious spirit. It settled my nervous heart and neshama, and Baruch Hashem, everything was good. To just feel Hashem's presence. Bo, Hashem is with us. There's a beautiful story about the Kotzker Rebbe, who was known for his sharp wit, and an agnostic, a man came to him and said, I'm searching all over for God, but I can't find him anywhere. To which the Rebbe promptly replied, Hashem is all over. You just have to invite him in. And that's true for all of us. Hashem is all over. He's with us. We just have to invite him in. Bo, Hashem is waiting for us to say, we are ready to go with you. Hashem is saying, come with me. The parsha closes with Bnei Yisrael getting ready, preparing to leave Mitzrayim, to leave Egypt, to leave behind years of oppression, years of slavery for freedom and liberation. And as we read, we all know the story, how they didn't have time for the dough to rise. And instead of having bread, what did they have? They had the flat matzahs. But we have to ask a question. What do you mean they didn't have time for the dough to rise? Wasn't Moshe telling them for the longest time that the redemption is coming? Didn't they witness all the plagues, one miracle after another? Wasn't that a message to them that the Exodus is coming? Miracles do happen? So why weren't they prepared? I mean, I just think of when I used to send my own children off to camp, bags and bags of nash, and you would go to the bus stop and every child was there. Go to a plane and people take along plane food. I have a friend who cannot get into her car to go anywhere without taking along some food, just in case in the car. You never know. So how is it that in all this time, nobody prepared food? Why'd they have to wait to the last minute? It's telling us a little insight into their actions, into their behavior, what they were thinking. For so many years, they had difficult news. For so many years, they were slaves in Egypt, that it got to the point that they couldn't even believe in their hearts, in their souls, that we're going to become free people. So they didn't prepare for it. They weren't prepared. And then at the last minute, finally, when that Geula came, when that redemption came, they said, whoa, it's here. We better get moving. We have to prepare. And the lesson from that is Yeshua's Hashem keherep ha'ayin, that the salvation from Hashem could come as quickly as the blink of an eye. And that is a message for us too, that Yeshua's salvation, good news to all of us, could come as quick as the blink of an eye. Hashem is walking with us, and the good news should come, salvation, good news, Besuro Tovo, should come to everybody. Know that it's a time of Bo. Hashem is saying, come with me. I am ready to go with you. I'm ready to be with you on all your life journeys. Thank you for listening. I wish everybody a good day, a good week, or think ahead, a good Shabbos. Once again, thank you for taking time out to make time in your day for Torah study and for Torah learning. Bye. All the best.